Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Online Language Pro, OnlyFans and Twitch edition of the Online Language Pro English class. Now, today we're going to be speaking about pronunciation in English. Now, we have some things here that are very important to remember, so let's get right to it, okay? So the first thing we need here is to understand the alphabet in English. Now, I know most people believe that they are very familiar with the alphabet in English, right? Because they know this alphabet. Everybody knows this song. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and so on, okay? Easy, no problem. But what many people don't know is that there are actually two alphabets in English. Now, this comes from the multiple language influences with English between the German, the Norse, and the Latin, right? So here on the left, we have the uppercase alphabet. And here on the right, we have the lowercase alphabet. Now, these things are not just about pronunciation. These are actually different letters, different alphabet. Okay, wonderful. So let's start over here with this letter A, as in the word save. So pronounced A. But then on this side over here, we have the word apple. Now, so can you guess what the difference is here? So where here we have the letter A, over here, we have the letter A, like apple, around, or a pen. Okay, so these are pronounced very differently. So here on the uppercase side, we have the letter B. But then over here, as we have in the word boy, it means this letter is the letter B. So a, b, and now here we have like in the word car. So this letter is k. So a, b, k. The same way it's pronounced in the word abacus. Abaca. Okay, so going on now, moving along. So here we have the word dog. So here the letter D for dog. Now here, if we have the word elephant, here we have the letter E. Right? Moving on. We like in the word fish. So this is the letter F. And finally here, like in the word golf, we have the letter G. Now, so this follows the same structure all the way down the alphabet. A, B, K, D, E, F, G, H, and so on. Okay, now that we understand that there are two alphabets in English, let's talk about these very important groups of letters. A, E, I, O, and U. Now, in English, we call these letters the vowels. The vowels, okay? And then the remaining letters, B, C, D, F, G, and so on and so forth, right? Oh, let's like this. These are called consonants. Consonants. Now, where English differs from many other languages, especially European languages. So let's take Spanish, for example. Now, in Latin-based languages, they do not call these letters vowels. They call them vocales. Now, the reason for that is because they pronounce on the vocales. Let's take a word like Canada. Now, in Latin-based language, or even Cyrillic languages like Russian, you have, it's Canada or Canada or Canada or Canada. Right? They pronounce on these vocales. But in English, it's the exact opposite. We pronounce on the consonants. Son is the root word for like sonar, sonata, sonogram for sound. Con in Latin is with sound. So in English, it's the opposite. We pronounce on the consonants. Ka, na, da. Now, like other languages, we do separate into what's called syllables. And the syllables are separated over the consonants. Okay? So, where in, say, Spanish, this would be Canada. In English, ka, na, da. So very strong on the consonants and very light on the vowels. Vowels in English are used to tie consonants together. Okay, so let's have another example. So let's first separate the syllables. So we have first syllable, mon, then go, li, Now, what's important in English is that we must pronounce the consonants. So it's mon, go, li, Mongolia. Mon, go, li, Mongolia. Let's try another one. Madagascar. Madagascar. So the first syllable, ma, da, gas, car, Madagascar, Madagascar. All right. So in English, it's a lot more choppy on the consonants, broken up over syllables. Madagascar, Madagascar. Try one more, maybe two more. Azerbaijan, Azerbaijan. Now, because we begin with A, now this is obviously not an English word, all right? So, broken up over on the syllables by the consonants. So, zer, by, John, Azerbaijan, Azerbaijan. Now, this is a very common mistake for non-native English speakers where they tend to not be strong enough on the consonants. So here in Spain, when Spanish people say Spain, they say Spain. But in English, we pronounce it Spain, Spain. Or my name, this one's very difficult for Spanish speakers especially, Craig. Now they very often here say Cray, and they leave off this last consonant, especially in Andalusia, in the south of Spain, where I live. Now they very often say things like gracias, when in fact it's supposed to be gracias. Not so heavy on the consonants though, right? So in this case, it's Craig, Craig. Okay, so now, why we're so strong on these consonants is because they are very important. Because the difference between what you can and what you can't do are life and death. So let's move on to this side here when we're speaking about these uppercase letters. Now, we have a very interesting rule in English. When we have a vowel, a consonant, and a vowel in order like this, the interior vowel becomes the uppercase letter. When it's an E that is doing the influencing, the E becomes silent, right? So the way this word is pronounced is Sa, a, v, save, with no E, right? Now, if it was spoken in a Romance language, Italian or Spanish, it would be save. Or in this would be alive. But vowel, consonant, vowel, the E is silent. This becomes alive, alive. And we have many, 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 many examples of this. Survive. Cube. But now remember, only the E is silent. So where in Spanish they say Cuba, in English we say Cuba. Because vowel, consonant, vowel, this becomes the capital letter, and it's Cuba. We can see this happens very, very often in English, like here with uppercase. Oh, but here we have vowel, consonant, vowel, so that becomes lowercase. What more do we have here? Now, when the letters are the same like this, they do not affect each other, as in the word assimilate. Now we have I and I, or I and I. They do not change. So assimilate, but here we have vowel, consonant, vowel. So this is assimilate. If we have our abacus, no change. But if we look down here in consonants, we have it. Madagascar, no, but Mongolia or Azerbaijan. All right, so this is a rule in English, and keeping this in mind with how to pronounce on the consonants, recognizing the two alphabets, and breaking your words up over syllables will really help you with your pronunciation moving forward. Now, of course, there are other more complex pronunciations, but as far as base knowledge goes, this is a very good place to start.